right, guys, let's talk a little bit of politics here in this video. Now, when it comes to who's actually representing the people, the Democrats seem to have much older people than the Republican side, even though the Republicans actually do have older people. Donald Trump is 76 years old, but his mind seems to still be there, unlike Joe Biden, who is actually 80. Bernie Sanders, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's 82. Who else is over there? Oh, we talked about Uncle Fester. Man, Uncle Fester is only 53, but his brain is like he is actually 90. I mean, there's some pretty old people or incompetent people out there, especially on the Democrat side. Now, the Republicans do have a young Ron DeSantis, who is actually younger than me. DeSantis, I believe, is only 44 years old, and I believe he has many, many more years in politics. But we may actually need term limits, folks. We have talked about how Uncle Fester, his brain is just completely gone right now. He's hearing Peanuts character voices when people actually talk. Joe Biden messes up everything that he says all the time. And even the younger Democrats that are actually out there, like Kamala Harris, even the Democrats don't like her. Her approval rating is actually worse than Joe Biden. Nancy Pelosi, she just stepped down from being the leader of the House Democrats. She's over the age of 80. Now, Hakeem Jeffries, he's younger. I'm wondering if the Democrats are actually going to try to push him to run for president in 2024. Maybe. Probably end up being like Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is actually relatively young. I believe he's actually roughly the same age as Uncle Fester. But he still does have his marvels. Don't agree with his policies, but he's still able to function. His policies are just terrible. So that brings us to Dianne Feinstein. She's actually the oldest person in Congress, actually representing the People's Republic of California, ironically. This woman is 89 years old, and she's been in the Senate for 30 years. She's almost 90, guys. 90 years old. Now, yesterday, actually, the word came down that Dianne Feinstein is actually going to retire this year. And she definitely needs to retire. I mean, she is super duper old. Very, very old. I mean, almost 90. And it seems like her brain now is definitely gone too. Because the announcement actually did come down that she was going to retire. However, as you guys can actually see here on Fox News, Dianne Feinstein appears unaware of her retirement announcement during reporter gaggle. Feinstein announced her retirement on Tuesday, but it seemed to be news to her, even though her people already put out that she was actually retiring. This is fascinating, guys, but let's read some of this. It says here, Democrat California Senator Dianne Feinstein appeared unaware of her own retirement announcement Tuesday, telling a group of reporters at the Capitol that she hadn't made a decision on her future despite announcing just hours before that she would not be seeking re-election in 2024. According to multiple reports, a Feinstein staffer quickly notified the senator that a statement had already been made on her retirement, prompting her to say she was unaware the information had been released. How does she actually not know this? Really, how does she not know this? Reporters present for the interaction quickly took to Twitter to report on Feinstein's apparent confusion. Yeah, clearly she had to be confused because I don't believe that a statement would be put out about her retiring without her actually saying she was going to retire. I mean, I'm just not buying it. Look at this tweet right here from Christian Hall. Asked by asked by reporters about her announcement to resign, Senator Feinstein said, quote, "If I haven't made that decision, I haven't released anything." A staffer then told the senator that a statement had been released. Feinstein responded saying, "I didn't know they put it out." So maybe she actually was planning on announcing her retirement, but it wasn't supposed to be released, or she's just completely confused and seems to be losing her marbles. She had to know that that statement had already been put out. Everybody was actually reporting on it, but she actually seemed to be unaware of that. I mean, this is kind of weird right here. Definitely weird. Let's see here. The second reporter later corrected her reporting by saying that it sounded like Feinstein said, quote, "I should have known they put it out," rather than "I didn't know they put it out." According to another report from Raw Story, which included an audio clip of Feinstein speaking to a reporter, she wasn't aware that she was retiring at all. Yeah, see, that's the strange thing about it right there. That's the strange thing, because it definitely appeared to me that she didn't even know that she was retiring and this had already been put out there. Maybe she's actually really, really confused. Quote, "Oh no, I'm not announcing anything. I will one day," Feinstein told the outlet in an interview only an hour after her retirement was announced. This isn't the first instance in which Feinstein's memory and cognitive abilities have been questioned. Last year, a number of her Senate colleagues anonymously expressed concern that her memory was fading and that she no longer had the ability to serve. Fox News Digital reached out to Feinstein's office for comment and received a statement from a spokesperson attributing the confusion to the timing of the retirement announcement. Quote, "The senator approved it going out today. Just confusion on timing. The senator was out of the office for votes, a meeting, lunch, and more votes when the announcement was sent," the spokesperson said. Man, very, very odd, guys. Very, very odd that she seemed to be very, very confused on this major issue. I mean, retiring is a pretty major issue right there. And she just seems to be completely unaware of that. I believe, guys, she's probably just really, really confused, and that, old age is definitely catching up with her. Like I said, guys, she's about to be 90 years old this year. 90 years old. And in the past, her colleagues have begun to worry about her because they don't believe that she can really function that well. Term limits definitely need to happen. Age limits also, if not age limits, definitely a cognitive test. And I believe right now, she probably would actually fail that. I believe Joe Biden would fail that. I believe that Uncle Fester would actually fail that from Pennsylvania. And he may be worse than all of them. I mean, his mental functions are a result of a stroke. He can't comprehend what people are actually saying in front of his face. Joe Biden is definitely slip. He's definitely making stuttering words now. And then, of course, the mainstream media goes to bat for him and says that he's always had a stutter. Joe Biden's been around for like 50 years. I can't remember a time when Joe Biden sounded this bad when he's speaking. He's old. He's definitely old. And Dianne Feinstein is older than all of them. But this is pretty interesting, guys, that she is unaware of her own retirement. Yeah, it's definitely time that she steps down. Definitely time that she actually steps down, because when I read something like this, and she has clearly lost her marbles, yeah, she needs to go. She really, really needs to go. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, Let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.